Larry, when you have a big win like you did earlier this week and it's followed up by a tough loss, does that kind of take away any of the good that came from the win?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Certainly, when you have a win like we did and you come back and play, the following night, no, it doesn't take away. What I try to do at this stage is to take the positives from even a loss. We didn't play well. I'm a little disappointed at the fact that we kind of reverted back to some bad habits. But change doesn't happen overnight, and I keep reminding myself of that. The most important thing is that we learn from our losses, and that was my message after our game against Washington. I was proud of the fact that we did fight back, and I think we got to 13, I believe, but just didn't have enough to overcome it. When you build a deficit like that, you exert a lot of energy to get back in it, and we did. But I try to take the positive, even after a loss like that, after having an impressive win.
You don't usually get to practice like this, but is this something that you guys need, considering where you are?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't do a whole lot today, just from the simple fact that it was 4 days before we play our next game, and we still have some guys a little nicked up. We did get Corbett back today. Mm-hmm. He participated in the drills, which we mainly just got up volumes of shots. Mm-hmm. But this was more kind of just kind of getting out on the floor, just getting a little bit of a sweat, but getting up a lot of shots. And then tomorrow, we'll mix it up a little bit more as we start preparing for Detroit.
What are you seeing out of Nwaba? Is there something he's doing that you hadn't?
Well, I've always liked David as from afar. He's just a guy who comes in and just plays hard. You feel his presence when he's out on the floor. Whether he's doing something on the offensive end or whether he's doing something on the defensive end, you feel his presence. And I like the attitude that he brings as far as taking the challenge to whoever he guards. I don't care who it is. He's going to take the challenge. You may score on him, but he'll step up to the plate and take the challenge. And I admire that about any player that will do that.
His athleticism, though, do you have? He seems kind of like a little above some of your other guys.
Well, he's athletic. Yeah, he's athletic. Yeah, he's got a deceptive athleticism. I mean, when you look at him, you can see that he's kind of stocky and he's well put together, but when he gets to the rim, he can make athletic plays, and we don't have many of those.
Does Kyle's impending return change anything in his role?
No, not really. No, we'll find a way to keep David in there because he brings too much to the table. We'll work Kyle back in slowly. We'll see how his foot progresses day to day. My plan is to definitely keep David as a rotational player.
Why does it seem like Colin has looked and felt so much more comfortable in the starting lineup?
You say, why does it look?
Yeah.
Some guys are just like that. They develop a rhythm to playing. I don't know. They're just guys that feel more comfortable starting versus coming off the bench. I think everybody wants to start, but everybody's production as a starter is not very good. As a coach, what I try to do is just look at what a guy does as a starter versus what he does off the bench. And certainly with G. Hill out, Collins has definitely stepped up to the plate. And he has made his presence felt and has made a major impact to what we've been doing. Again, he's still a work in progress, and he understands that. But right now, it really looks like he's gotten into a rhythm, like he's gotten into a groove as far as his play. Last couple of games, he's played against two premier point guards, and in John Wall and Kemba Walker, and he has, I would say, he's held his own, and that's a huge sign of growth. Again, he still has a ways to go, but certainly he looks like he's in a very, very comfortable role. He looks like he's in a pretty good rhythm as a starter.
So given that, does it change how you approach when George comes back and what you're going to do?
I'll have to look at things. I'll have to assess things and make a decision. I'll make that decision when George is ready to come back.
Is it fair to say that Colin has made that a decision?
Is it fair to say?
Yeah, is it fair to say that he's made it a tougher decision than maybe it would have been?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say. It's fair to say. I mean, kids play well. Kids play well. The team has played well, and I'm not just talking in terms of wins and losses. The team has played well overall, and I think that's a fair assessment.
When you talk about reverting to old habits, does that include the turnovers? It seemed like that was the Achilles heel of the entire night in Washington.
Yeah, and that was something we talked about going into that game, particularly against that Washington team, because they fuel off of turnovers, and they just have guys that really get up and down the floor, and they just make you pay. And sometimes when you play against certain teams, you got to be even more than mindful of the fact of trying to limit your turnovers. We don't want to take away our guys' aggressiveness to do things, but they can't try the high risk plays that you may try at home, because Washington is they're built for those type of situations, I think. And with both John Wall and Bradley Beal and the guys they have coming off the bench, they can put you behind the 8 ball real quick if you don't look out. And I certainly felt that's what happened to us, where we didn't take care of the basketball. We had some ill-advised shots, and next thing you know, we were down 20.
What kind of turnovers are you talking about? Let's say leave them at home. What kind of ones in Washington did you see?
Well, we tried too many risky passes. We run a lot of dribble hands off, and we tell our guys, if the handoff's not there, don't try to risk it. Go play with somebody else. But we didn't do that. We were trying to make the plays, and having guys who are not accustomed to making those type of plays, making the plays, and they resulted in turnovers. So we have to live with it, but more importantly, we have to learn from it. We have to be a little bit more mindful of what we're able to do against certain teams that gamble, teams that reach a lot, teams that what we call blow up the dribble handoffs. You have to do things harder. You have to do things with more precision. You can't wilt to the pressure, and all it takes is a short stretch of a game for that to happen. And like I said, you find yourself in a deficit.
Does it bother you when Nance is leading you in assists? I think that was again the other night.
Does it bother me? Not at all. Not at all. I think there are going to be some games where that may happen. It could be a guard. It could be Roddy. We got guys that are willing passers, and I want to take total advantage of the guy's ability to pass the ball. More importantly, I see that he's looking to make the right play, because it's not always about who scores. For us, we have to have multiple guys making the right plays, and I think when we have that, that's when we're at our best. And I thought Larry did a good job the other night, and not just being a willing passer, but he made the right play. I trust him with the ball in his hands. I trust him to make the right play, like I do all the rest of the guys. So it's important for us to make the right play.